everyone, Mystic Jade here, and today I would like to do my very first pick-a-spread reading out of this really nice book of tarot spreads by Lida Pavlova, The Library of Questions. I've been really enjoying playing around with this book, exploring the different spreads and seeing the different perspectives that these really unique questions have to offer. So I thought it would be the perfect way to do an introduction to like pick-a-pile readings for myself. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I already have 3 different style readings picked out. I'm gonna go through each of the spreads really quick, and then I will shuffle out the cards, and you can pick which spread you most resonate with from there. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. The first one we're going to do today is the mysterious message. So this is a message from spirits. One day you walk up to a mirror and see ghostly words written in an unfamiliar handwriting. You feel it's a message for you. And the first question is, what do spirits want to tell you today? Why is it so important for you to know this? And what should you do with this information? And I just want to add in here that I will be pulling multiple cards for each one of these questions. So this is not just 3 cards. This is actually going to be probably closer to 9 or 12 cards per reading. Okay, and then the next spread we're going to look at is, there are 3 paths. We have the first one. We'll go into the B. What purpose do you serve? The key. What stories do you keep telling yourself? The sword. What are you protective of? What are you guarding? That's a pretty deep one, and I think I'm really interested to see some of the answers we get here. And then the final reading option is your inner fire. How is your inner fire burning right now? How bright can it burn if you let it? And what to throw into it to feed the flames. So I really like this one too. It's really great to help re-energize your spirit, re-energize some motivation and get you moving again. So let's go ahead and shuffle out some cards, and I will let you choose from there. Be right back. Hello, spread 1. Welcome to your reading. We're going to go ahead and jump right into it. Again, this spread is called The Mysterious Message, probably from the spirits. And the prompt says, one day you walk up to the mirror and see ghostly words written in an unfamiliar handwriting. You feel it's a message for you. And the first question is, what do spirits want to tell you today? So we'll go ahead and get started with our first pile over here. And the first message that we have in this oracle deck is the Maze. So right now, things in your life may be feeling really confusing. You may feel like the path forward, like every time you take a step forward, you kind of run into a wall and you're like, wait a second. I thought this was the right path. I was moving, so I had so much momentum. I was going so far, and then all of a sudden I ran into a wall in the maze, and now I'm stuck again. And Spirit wants you to know today that there is always a way out. There is always a path forward. Even when we feel like we don't have any opportunities, even when we feel like we've hit another wall, we just need to break through that wall, or we need to sometimes pivot and go another direction and see what else is in store, or maybe consider what perspective we haven't seen as of yet. And it's okay if you need to go into some introspection, or like maybe go into a meditation at this time to really see where your blockages are coming from. Let's see what the tarot has to say about this. What do the spirits want them to know? The Star. Yes, just keep up hope. Like, you've gone through this maze pretty much already. Like, you're at the end of the maze and you're about to find the exit. So please have faith that you are taking the right path this time. Feel confident in knowing that you are making the correct decisions to lead you directly to where you are looking towards going. Spirit is asking you to have faith in them, even when it seems too hard to do so. All right, let's see what this oracle deck has to say. Blanket magic, soften and comfort. Make sure when you're having moments where you're feeling hopeless or like, damn it, I've run into another roadblock, something else has happened, what else? Just take some time out. Remember to be soft with yourself. Remember to, do a little bit of retreat, to really do some introspection and see like where this roadblock is coming from, where your mindset is not working for you anymore. They want you to take some time out from constantly moving and going and going and going and going, and just relax a little bit and find some comfort in your safe spaces. And the final card for this, birth or conception of a child or enterprise. So this specifically, if you are working on a new business or if you are working on planning a family or anything like that, have confidence that the time for all of this to come to fruition is coming soon. You've kind of had to go through these trials and tribulations in order to get to this point where Spirit is saying, now is the time. You're about to exit this maze. Just keep focused and continue to have faith that the things that you are desiring are about to come true. Okay, and for the second question, why is this so important for them to know? Sorry, just making some room here. I have to get a bigger setup or raise my tripod situation here. Okay, so for question 2, why is it so important for you to know this? Because you're being really hard on yourself, and that is blocking your perspective, and it's not blocking your path because you are on the correct path. It's just you feel very down about it sometimes, and Spirit is asking you to release that energy, release the overthinking. If you have the opportunity to take some sort of like spiritual cleansing, smoke cleansing, retreat type of situation, now is the time to do so. You need to take a break before whatever this is going to come to fruition, because it's going to be a lot of hard work. Like, this is something completely new, and anything new that we're doing, it takes a lot of grind. I mean, even in the newborn stage, if it's a baby situation, that's a hard stage, and it's a lot of grind and not being able to consider yourself in a lot of these situations. So Spirit is asking you that it's important for you to know this information, that things are about to come fruition, so that you can take a time out before you may feel overwhelmed, but in the best way. All right. 2 of Wands. Your decisions decide your future here, nothing else. So yes, all of this is completely up to you. You are at a point where you kind of need to make the choice of, do I go left or do I go right? And you're kind of looking out into, the vast, in the traditional tarot, it's the ocean. So you're kind of looking out into the vastness, wondering, which direction do I go? Like, things seem so unclear, but you have the answers inside you already. And taking this moment of pause before everything comes out is really going to help you solidify the direction that you would like to go, whether that's left or whether that's right, whether it's to keep going on this journey or to pivot and take another direction. Whatever it is, taking this time out and doing this spiritual cleanse will definitely bring that situation to light. Okay, white candle, purity and enhancement. So I love white candles because of their versatility, and also because they signify purity and just the ability to kind of cleanse yourself from the ways that you've been feeling and charge yourself with a new energy that you create and you alchemize. So at this time, it's really important for you to be also doing some sort of candle magic and maybe meditating with candles safely lit, things like that, to help you find some clarity in your situation. So right now, white candles, and really just looking to your heart, like looking to your heart to find out, or looking to your heart, to see like what it truly desires. Like, what are your pure, honest desires without outside influence, without the outside voices or critiques? What is it that you truly desire? Use the white candle and fire magic to help you understand that as well. Okay, and then we have the feather. Someone you know is undependable and insincere. So if part of you is questioning if you should continue in this relationship or not, this may be an indication. Possibly, let's look for further confirmation before we make any huge changes or life decisions, but someone you may know is undependable or insincere. Somebody may be messing in your energy a little bit, and they may not be as genuine with you as they seem. If you're questioning if your partner is maybe messing around, or maybe your partner isn't being upfront about who they are, this could be an indication that you're correct, that they are being a little bit shady and undependable. So just be aware of that and use that information to help you pivot and make choices. But I would say don't make any huge life choices at this moment. Just be aware that there is somebody in your energy that is not exactly who they say they are. Okay, and what should we do with this information for the final cards? Okay, so we have the turtle, the baby turtle, just barely starting out its life journey. And I think that it's important for you to know that it doesn't matter how old you are, it's okay to restart. If what's holding you back is your fear of change, your fear of being that young energy out in the world again, trying to navigate how to move about things, if you are concerned about starting over, don't be. Everybody deserves a second chance. Everybody at one point in their life completely starts over, and the age doesn't matter. What matters is your perspective and your ability to confidently do so. So with this, I'm encouraging you to have the willingness and the strength to be prepared for a brand new journey, for a fresh start. And this is also a baby turtle. So I feel this is confirmation of what we were talking about with the first question of potential pregnancy or baby coming along. This turtle literally just crawled out of its egg. So just have confidence that things are going to go the way that your heart truly desires and what is best for your highest good. We have strength. It takes great strength to be soft. It takes incredible strength to restart. It takes incredible strength to pivot and understand and see the growth that you've had in order to do so. It takes incredible emotional maturity and strength to get up and say, I don't want this anymore, and it's time for me to start anew. It's time for me to make the changes that I need to start fresh. Know that you have the power to do so. And even if it feels really tough to do these things with a soft heart, just remember that spirit is on your side and supporting you in the ways that you need so that you can make these changes. So just go ahead. Now is the time, and it's okay. you have the strength and you have the power. Water, ease and flow. This change is going to be a lot easier than you think. These changes are going to flow into your life unlike how you imagine. It's going to be a lot easier. Right now, things look like it's going to be really hard, that you're not going to be able to heal from these things, or you're not going to be able to handle the newborn stage, or, you know, whatever the situation is that you are considering. Right now, you feel like you can't handle it, but actually, remember, you're incredibly strong and you will be able to handle these situations with ease and flow. And we have water here, and look, he's going right into the water. So just have confidence that everything will be okay and not nearly as hard as you think. And for the final card for this spread, we have the Diamond. You will be receiving or giving a precious gift. Perfect. That's a wonderful card to put a period on these questions. You are deserving of the things that you desire. Please allow your heart to be open enough to receive them, because whatever this situation is that's making you question, which way should I go, left, right, what do I do, I'm hitting roadblock after roadblock after roadblock, have confidence that everything you have gone through has led you to this gift that you will be receiving, and everything will be absolutely okay. Okay, we're gonna pull some colored cards to see what color energy is currently surrounding you and this reading. Some final messages for spread 1, the mysterious message. Okay. So we have Canyon, deep perspective, and Ghostland, afterlife, and forgetfulness. Interesting. So from this, I'm getting that you're carrying a lot of anxiety over this situation, and this anxiety is making you feel like you have a very deep understanding and perspective of this situation. However, it's a lot of like stories that you're telling yourself. You're forgetting the truth of the situation. You're forgetting, or you're wanting to forget. You're wanting to let go of the hard times. You're wanting to move past all of these experiences and still kind of continue on the same way that you've been. And Spirit is saying, no, it's time for deep introspection and really discovering the truth of yourself and where your morals lie, and really discovering your true path. Because whatever is going on here, it's really holding you back, and it's really keeping you from being able to receive what you want. And I'm gonna say this as nicely as I possibly can, and hopefully I don't hurt any feelings. If this is a situation where you have been really looking forward to starting a family, and every person you get is just not the right person, or you finally find who you think is the right person, but you can't get pregnant, and it's just like, no baby, no baby, no baby. And I'm almost getting like, wrong person. You may not have had this baby yet because you're trying to do so with the wrong people. Yeah. One of my personal beliefs, and I know it's semi-popular, I guess, I don't know, is, and you have to be careful about this perspective also, because children who have been very traumatized don't necessarily like this. However, it is a belief that We choose our parents. Before we are born, we choose our parents. Sometimes that puts us in very traumatic lives. However, you would not be the person that you are without the parents you had. Good, bad, ugly, beautiful, whatever it is, your internal makeup, who you are, your core, your DNA, would not be as it is had you made different selections. So what I'm trying to say is, if you're in a situation where you're trying to start a family, the correct match has not been made yet. The baby has not chosen, like, you, I feel like I'm sounding absolutely mad, like totally crazy. Let me try to change my wording. It's like, it's just not the right match yet. And you need to go through these lessons. You need to go through these relationships. You need to hit these roadblocks in order for this baby or this new opportunity, this new business, this new job, whatever it is, in order for that to come to fruition, there has to be change. And there's something in your life right now that is not the correct match. And that is what Spirit needs you to know. Something in your life right now is not the correct match for you. And that is where you need to consider how things are going, who is in your life, and what you want from here. Okay. Sorry, I tend to get a little stern in reading sometimes. So I don't mean to. It's just the way that I'm receiving the messages. So I apologize. I hope that all of that was received well, and you understand that any message that comes out of my mouth is with the utmost respect, love, and from my intuition. So a lot of times I don't even have control over what I'm saying necessarily. So, and I apologize for any background noise that is going on. I do have other people in my home. Okay, but that is the reading for spread 1. I hope that this helps, and I will see you all soon. Well, speak to you all soon. Read for you all soon. I'll stop babbling. Talk to you soon. Hello, spread 2. Welcome to your reading, and let's go ahead and just jump right in. And your spread is called There Are Three Paths, a spread inspired by the Starless Sea. I am not sure what that is. Probably should have looked it up. I'm going to imagine it's probably a poem. Anyway, so the first question is the B. What purpose do you serve? What is most sacred to you? This is something you are willing to make sacrifices for. And the second pile is the key. Which stories do you keep telling yourself? Those stories are directing your life. And number 3 is the sword. What are you protective of? What are you guarding? This is something your life might lose its meaning without. Okay, so I'm going to move these up just a little bit to give me a little bit more space. And then we're going to get started with the first pile here. So this is, what purpose do you serve? What is most sacred to you? What is something you are willing to make sacrifices for? So something that is most sacred to you is not in a selfish way, however, your self-care, pampering yourself, and making sure that you feel good inside and out and within your spirit as well, so that you can put that love out into the world. You taking care of yourself and serving yourself is helping you serve others. So don't see it in any kind of selfish way or anything like that. And if you don't have time for self-care, this is Spirit saying that this needs to be a priority, because you only have this body, you only have this consciousness one time, and you need to make yourself a priority, and you need to make sure that you understand that the most sacred being to you is you. So it is time for you to do a little bit of centering yourself a little bit. I know it's hard. I know that so many of us grew up as people pleasers, and learning not to be the center of the spotlight because that was cringe or whatever. But now is the time for you to serve and center yourself. Let's see what the tarot has to say. Sea Witch, Queen of Cups. Yes, honoring your emotions is one of the highest forms of self-care. Yes, 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 yes. Exactly what I'm saying. Honoring yourself, honoring the way that you feel, learning and understanding how your own emotions affect you and your ability to take care of yourself is also incredibly important. It is so important to have an emotional maturity that you can carry throughout the world. And just having emotional maturity, period, is such an incredible form of self-care because it relinquishes the overthinking. It relinquishes the abandonment wounds. It relinquishes the codependencies. Being emotionally independent and aware is such an incredible power and incredible gift. And Spirit is asking you that if you are not in a point where you feel emotionally mature, right now is a time for you to work on that and work on yourself, work on your inner healing so that you feel better about how you handle your emotions and the people around you when you are upset or when things do go wrong, so that there isn't a big meltdown or a big freak out. You're able to handle things kind of just as they come because you're emotionally mature enough to do so. All right, let's keep going. Dog, loyalty and commitment. You need to be loyal to yourself. And right now, loyalty to yourself looks like committing to a self-care routine, looks like committing to taking care of your mental health. Loyalty to yourself looks like committing to making sure you're happy, making sure you have the things that you desire, whether it's a little snack or a small treat. I mean, dogs will do anything for a small treat, right? Like, and that just makes them so happy and you know, all of that. So just even if it's a small treat, even that small treat goes a long way. So Spirit is asking you at this time, your purpose, the purpose you serve right now is to take care of yourself and have loyalty to you. Okay? We have Lightning. Control your anger or you will be sorry. There we go with the emotional maturity. You may be in a point in your life, or you have previously, where you have had a lack of ability to control your anger, and it has led you to situations that afterwards you can't get out of, or people can't forgive you for. And it is time for you to be loyal enough to yourself to work on your anger and really learning where that comes from. And that really starts with healing the deepest parts of your soul, healing your inner child, working on your shadow. All of that is part of self-care and growing in emotional maturity. Right now, your purpose is to take care of yourself and grow with emotional maturity. Okay, and now the key. What stories do you keep telling yourself? Sweet as honey. So sorry, the glare on that's not good. This card, sorry, I'm sitting in time for a second, because in relation to what I just said, this card reads to me that, because this is the stories we're telling ourselves, right? Like, you have a little bit of too much ego, and you I don't want to say that you think too highly of yourself, because I almost feel like it's a situation where that is the mask you're putting on to everybody else, is that you are this incredibly confident person. However, deep inside, you aren't really sure if the things that you believe about yourself are true. Deep inside, you're actually struggling and lonely, and you want to put on this facade that you're doing wonderful and you have all of these beautiful things and everything is going so great and wonderful, but when you go home or when you're alone, you're breaking down. And it's like the story that you're telling, the story you're telling yourself is that you're good enough. The story you're telling yourself, it's almost like a fake it till you make it situation, and it's not working for you because you're carrying so much weight of this mask that when it breaks, you're outbursting. And that's not good. So we need to break this story that we are so hard and we're so tough and we have everything so great and nothing can ever bother us and nothing ever hurts our feelings. Nothing ever gets through this thick layer of honey. Come on, let's be real. We're all human and we all feel things and we all break sometimes. But Spirit is asking you to stop feeding yourself this line. And not that things aren't great, but things are wonderful. It's just like, it's almost like a little bit of your ego is getting in your way. And it's almost like you're so focused on everything being good and looking correct that you are not taking care of your problems and you are not healing your actual core. You're not actually healing your soul. Okay, let me see what the tarot has to say. All that off one card. And we have the Star. Don't lose hope. It's okay when you feel like, when you're at home and you're feeling lonely and you're feeling like things aren't going your way, or you're feeling like this mask that you're wearing is too heavy, keep up the faith that things are going okay, and you don't have to pretend. Even when it feels hard, you don't have to pretend. You don't have to wear the mask. Have faith that Spirit is on your side, and you don't have to keep telling yourself that, I'm trying to get what you're, the exact message of what you may be actually telling yourself, but it's almost like you're so focused on we need to be focused on the positive, right? But I'm trying to understand what Spirit is telling me. You're so focused on the shell, your outer layers looking good, and you're so focused on your outer mask being the mask that everybody wants to see, that you're not allowing Spirit to show you who you are. You've created this mask, and the mask is so deep, you've almost lost your sense of who you are by continuing to put up this facade. And it's okay to talk to other people about your feelings. It's okay to talk to Spirit about your feelings. Have faith that Spirit is on your side, and you don't need to continue telling yourself these stories or wearing this thick mask. Spirit is asking you to go inside and finally work on healing your soul so that your mask isn't so performative. I hope that makes sense. Okay, let's see what this oracle card has to say. Bell. Clear, cleanse. Yes. Right now might be a good time for you to get a cleansing to help clear your energy, or if you're a spiritual person and you have a bell, take a bell and go around your personal spaces and just cleanse the energy with a bell. Ring and clear out the energy, clear out your overthinking, clear out the heaviness of these spaces so that you can feel a little bit lighter and have an easier time focusing in on really what it is that you need to heal. And then we have the horseshoe. Good luck. You are an incredibly lucky person. You have a lot of good things in your life. That's what makes it so easy for you to come off as this sweet as honey person. Not that you're not sweet as honey, but I mean, like, that's why it's so easy for you to carry this, I have it all, I'm, you know, I can handle anything kind of energy. Like, this thick mask that you have that because you have the things to show for it. However, all of that is just a mask, and your luck is only going to get you so far. And it is really time for you to focus in on the things that you need healing from. You deserve luck in all ways. You deserve luck in loving yourself. You deserve, I hope that makes sense. I don't know if I'm just starting to say stupid stuff now, but I hope you understand what I mean, is that luck comes in all forms, and we create our own luck at the same time. We create that by our perspective, our thought processes, all of those things. You deserve good things. You deserve everything you have. You deserve all the things that are helping you build that amazing, beautiful facade that you have. However, deep in your soul, you still have some pain and hurting going on that you need to heal from. Okay, so we're on to the final question, the sword. What are you protective of? What are you guarding? This is something your life might lose its meaning without. Spirit, faith, your ability to dream. I think that this reading, if you're watching this, you are an incredibly spiritual person, and you understand that without that energy, like, once you understand and have spirit in your heart, we can't live without it, and we can't live without the protections of spirit. This is a protective card. Dream catchers, they catch our nightmares. They catch the darkest sides of us as we sleep. So this is telling you that you're very protective of your dreams. You're very protective of the things that you hold close to your heart, and you're very protective of your connection to spirit, because you understand how it has been protecting you and the darkness that it has been, that, like, this dream catcher has been trying to absorb. Spirit sees it and understands it, and you're very protective of that connection. What do we have with the tarot card here? The Hierophant. You are also very protective of traditions, learning, higher learning, learning different pantheons, connecting to different pantheons. And you're understanding that even these values that you hold so tightly to, while they are important, it's okay if they have to change a little bit. It's okay if you have to make adjustments for today's day and age. It's okay if you don't follow these traditions or the things that your parents wanted of you to a T. You are your own person, and we all have our very own unique and deep connection to spirit, and we all hear, feel, see, smell, think about spirit in completely different ways. The information out there is incredibly general, but your connection is incredibly unique. So don't worry if you feel like the way that you connect to spirit isn't in the traditional ways of everybody else. It's important. How you connect to spirit is only important to you. And if anybody has anything to say about that, then that's their own damn problem, and we just need to move on and just keep going how we're going, because you understand your connection and you understand how it means, what it means to you, and it doesn't matter how that looks to anyone else. Okay, and for our oracle card, Magical Journal, reflect and write. With this, I'm getting that the things that you are learning and going through right now are so incredibly transformative that you need to be making a record of it, so that when you come out through the other side, you can help other people. You can be the teacher for others because you've gone through it already. You can be their saving voice. You can be their reflection as they're going through these things, because you've done it already. And you've kind of done it on your own because of this mask that you wear. You don't want anybody else to know how you truly struggle. You don't want anyone else to know that your feelings get hurt and all of that. So while you're learning how to really deal with that, control your anger and control your emotions, walk into this emotional maturity, make sure that you are keeping track of your journey. Even if you don't share it with other people later, it's going to be important for your reflection at some point down the line. And it's going to be important for you to be able to look back on how far you have come, because you are about to be catapulted into growth. For the final card, leg, stepping into new experience, catapulted into growth. You're right now in this moment, you don't think you're capable of teaching people. You don't think that what you're going through is going to be of value to anybody else. But let me tell you, you're stepping into new experiences, new perspectives, and new ways of life. And you need to be really I'm getting too excited over here. You need to be really protective over this process. And part of being protective over this process is writing it down and taking it on full force. Step into this new experience, take on the new journey, and understand at some point your life is going to change drastically. It's not going to look like it does now, and you're truly going to be helping people in ways that you never thought you could. And I think that's incredible, and I can't wait to hear about it. So, well, hopefully you tell me if we ever come across each other again, or in the comments below. All right. Sorry, my voice is starting to get tired, and I still have one more spread to do. We're going to pull a color card here. So what final message do we have for spread 2? What final messages do we have for spread 2? Okay, we have Magi, reconcile differences, and Pink Gary, courageous sexuality. Okay, so I think with the courageous sexuality, we're going to put that over here, and we're going to connect it to this. And that is all I'm going to say about that. I'm going to let you, as an adult, draw your own conclusions as what I'm trying to say here. However, sorry, I got caught in my words. I'm trying to make sure I stay appropriate. Taking care of ourselves in a courageous way is a huge release. And maybe that is something you need to focus on right now. And if you're looking for a partner, maybe you need to focus on how you can satisfy yourself and make that part of your self-care. Maybe that's why you're so angry. No, I'm just kidding. But you maybe need to focus on some quiet, alone time and exploring your body and releasing in that way. Oh, here's the words. I didn't realize it was not all the way up. My point here is that it is very important for you to take this time to be maybe exploring your body. I mean, look, she's got her eyes closed up here. We can't see her hands. We can only imagine what she's doing, right? So right now, maybe what you need to start with is exploring your body in moments of peace and alone, and finding release in that way, because that's an important way as well. So if you have not been taking care of yourself in that way, Spirit is asking you to release some of your tension and pressure by exploring your own body, if you catch my drift. And then with the Magi and reconcile differences, you need to be reconciling the differences within yourself. You need to be recognizing who you truly are and honoring the truest versions of yourself, because that is what's going to be of true value to your community when you're finally ready to be the teacher that you've always desired, because I think you don't think you can do this, but you're going to step into roles that you never thought you were capable of fulfilling. And Spirit wants you to know that you are safe, you are protected, you are followed by wonderful luck. Go ahead, take the time out to heal and make sure that you are writing and reflecting in this process, because these things will be of great value to your community someday. That is all I have for you, friends. Thank you so much, and I hope to read for you again soon. Hello, spread 3, and welcome to your reading. We're going to just jump right in. The spread is called Inner Fire, and we have question 1. How is your inner fire burning right now? Question 2. How bright can it burn if you let it? And question 3. What to throw into it to feed the flames? So let's get started with pile 1. I'm just going to move this a little bit out of the way here so we can get these cards. Okay, so how is your inner fire burning right now? You're kind of on fire because sorry if my chair's making noise. You feel like you're on fire because you're stuck. It's like you just angry because you're stuck. You feel like there's a lack of movement. You feel like you are trapped in this cage, but it's only a matter of time until things finally start changing and you are released from this cage. So take a deep breath. It's okay. And we need to find ways to water ourselves while we're feeling this way. And we need to look at how we can move forward, or what roadblocks are in our way, or how can we move this clock forward so that the gate opens sooner. I think that you're at a point where you really need to figure out what it is that keeps you motivated and moving, because right now you're just like sitting there on fire, or you're almost like that meme where the dog is in the cafe and then everything is on fire behind him. It's like you're just kind of like this sitting duck waiting for everything to kind of cool off in a sense. Okay, and for the tarot, 6 of Wands. You're kind of a big deal, so start acting like it. So it's just a matter of time before you feel victorious. You are deserving of great and wonderful things, and the problem is that you don't think so. And when you come to a point where you finally accept within yourself that you are worthy of good things, that will be the clock moving forward. That will be a step towards the right direction, is you understanding that you deserve it, that you can sit on a high horse because you have earned your position on that horse. And it is just a matter of time before you're about to climb up onto it and really own that for yourself. But you really have to believe it for yourself. And look at all those fires, all the little fires in the background. It's very much just a matter of time before victory, accomplishment is yours. And that looks like many different things, big things, small things, big steps, little steps, many different things. Accomplishments don't have to always be big, but you need to understand that you are willing and deserving of good things, and you're willing and deserving of stepping out of this cage. Magical journal, write and reflect. So right now you need to maybe release some of that self-doubt and inner critic by writing about it. Get it out on the paper so it's no longer in your head. And I would suggest that you burn it so that you cannot reflect on it and remember, because there are some instances where you really want to keep what you wrote so that you can reflect back on where you've been and how far you've come. However, this isn't the time for that. This is a time for writing to release. Release the anger, release the self-doubt, release the cycling thoughts onto the paper so that they're no longer stored within your head. Okay, purse. Pay attention to your finances. So with this, I want to say, you may be feeling like you're struggling financially, or you may feel like, we kind of all are right now, right? Times are so hard. Everything is so incredibly expensive. The prices of groceries are changing constantly. If it's not one thing that's expensive this week, it's the next. Or, right now gas is horrible. But in doing all of this, excuse me, sorry for the life happening in the background of the video. Right now, you are incredibly stressed about your finances, and that's kind of what's keeping you locked in this cage. And I almost want to say, like, yes, pay attention to your finances, but also pay attention where you do have a little room to spend. You do have a little room to get yourself some self-care, get yourself a cleansing. Like, you do have a little room in your money, but just the trajectory of the way that everything looks right now is really stressing you out, and it's keeping you locked in a cage. It's part of why you feel so stuck, is because you feel like you don't have the money to put into what you truly desire. Yeah. And that's why you feel locked up. But it's going to be okay. These times will pass. You know, I know that everything feels so dark and heavy. I mean, at least if you agree with my side of politics, things don't feel so great right now. And it just really feels like these times will pass. These things can't be permanent. I mean, a lot of the things that have been done are permanent and cannot be undone as far as people goes. However, like, the prices of things, the policies, everything that this administration is doing, it's going to be turned back, and it's just a matter of time. Okay, I'm not going to get into any more of that, but I just want you to understand and have comfort and know that it's okay to, while you're paying attention to your finances, it's okay to spoil yourself a little bit too. It's okay to treat yourself every once in a while, because I think that's a way that you feel good, is by getting new things, shiny things. You feel good by being able to purchase the things that you want without having to think about it, right? That makes everybody feel good. But right now, because of the way everything is, you've kind of really pulled back on your spending and the way that you handle things. But Spirit wants you to let you know that it's okay. And while you don't need to go out and go completely wild, it's okay to spoil yourself a little bit. Go out for the froyo, go out for, a drink with friends. It's okay right now. Okay, let's get into the second question. How bright can it burn if you let it? You need, hold on to me. A pinky promise between two people is incredibly strong. And if you really take the time out to work on yourself, really heal the things that have been going on inside you, and create a strong bond within yourself, your inner light is going to be so bright. Like, I almost get the energy of, like, how bright can it burn if I let it? This is an amazing connection. Like, how bright and good does that deep of a connection feel? That's what you're headed towards. Whether you being released from this cage is going to be a new opportunity for work, job, business, relationship, friendship, whatever you're coming out of is going to burn incredibly bright, because you're going to create a very strong and deep bond. Right now, you are keeping your inner light lit by your bonds, your connections, and your connection to spirit. I feel like this is a new connection though. Like, this is going to be a new friendship. It's going to be somebody that you just kind of instantly click with. And it's going to be like a new, lasting, deep soulmate type friendship. And that burns deep and bright. So just have faith that things are changing and going in the right direction. 10. Good luck charm. If nothing seems to be going your way, cast a spell. So this is saying that if you feel like you're not headed towards this connection, a new connection is not possible for you, or really feeling that connection and bond to yourself is not possible, it's okay to lean on magic. Do some magic and spells to help you really connect to yourself and really help create the space and perspective that you need to invite new people in. I feel like you are other people's good luck charm, and you just aren't willing to accept that or see that. Like, you have this mindset that you're destructive for some reason, and you're not. It's just you carry this energy that is so powerful that people just don't know how to handle it. They don't know how to carry or handle your fire energy, your fiery waves. They don't know how to handle it. Or you think they don't know how to handle it. I kind of lost what I was saying. My point is that you are actually people's good luck charm, despite what you may think. This destructiveness that you feel or you may have felt, it's just past connections that you needed to learn and grow from in order to become the person that you are today, in order to have the emotional maturity and perspective to open yourself up to create a strong bond and not be a fiery, angry, or destructive person. Like, you are the good luck charm, but you need to accept and learn that for yourself by creating that deep bond for you and seeing the way that you are your own good luck charm. Okay, let's see what this oracle card has to say. Winter solstice, retreat, darkness. Oh, I'm not sure if you could see the words. Sorry. If you need to turn in, that's kind of like what you're in right now, is this period of darkness and retreat. And if you don't start focusing on your self-care and releasing your deepest fears, then you're not going to be able to burn bright enough for this person to see you. So this, I want to say is like almost like a warning. Like, if you don't start working on yourself and really accept that you are a good person and you're deserving of good things and you create your own luck, you're going to continue to be stuck in this place of retreat and darkness, and you can't burn brightly when you're in that place. It's like you're just this little flame hanging out, but you don't have anything that's helping you grow your flame. And really the only thing, sorry if that hand motion looked awkward, I can't see what I'm doing anymore, my other monitor disconnected. Anyway, my point is, you need to be working on self-care right now so that your light can grow brighter and brighter and brighter, so that you are the light for that other person and other connection. You are bright enough for that other person to find you and see, and then they are going to help really kind of like, I want to say burst you into flames, but in the best possible way. They are going to really fast track your growth. We have broken ring, parting of the ways in either romance or business. So you have probably come out of a really hard time where you just ended something. Maybe you lost a job, maybe you lost a relationship, and that's why you're in this period of retreat and darkness. But you're a prize. You are a prize, and you need to see yourself for that. Whatever reason this broke up for, I feel like you're blaming yourself, but it wasn't necessarily you. It's outside influences, outside situations, things at work that you couldn't control, things in your relationship. That person that you were with, they weren't healthy enough to handle a person like you. They weren't healthy enough to see what they had and what they lost. And because they weren't healthy enough to handle you, it's made you think less of yourself. And that is not okay, and that's heartbreaking, and we need to understand that other people's perspective is just that one person's perspective, and it's not anyone else's. And you are in a place, you're coming into a place where you are ready to create new bonds and have new perspectives. So if this has happened recently, just have faith, my friend, that things are going to be okay. And for whatever reason this has happened, it is for your ultimate growth in the future. And things will be okay. Even if things are hard and they hurt right now, it will get better and things will be okay. All right, let's move on to question 3. Okay, and we have the red string theory. Faith. Just have faith that the person and the connection that you are meant to have is actually incredibly spiritual and meant for you. This red string theory it's a rare thing for people, but it may be a situation where it's somebody that's come in and out of your life in really light ways that you would have never considered for a relationship before. However, you're coming into a time where you're ready to consider that. Or it's just a very deep soul connection, and what Spirit is asking you to throw into the flames right now is faith that this connection or this new opportunity that is meant for you is coming. Just have faith that whatever is next is absolutely fated for you. And that's how you need to continue to feed your flames, is having faith that things will be okay. We have Temperance. Temperance speaks of balance and alchemizing your energy with Spirit in order to create a more truer version, magical version, balanced version of self. So you can feed the flames by letting go of your self-limiting beliefs, by letting go of your self-doubt, by letting go of the thoughts and feelings that you are not deserving of good things. Let go of the idea that whatever happened was your fault, because I truly believe that it was not. And what I see here is that it was not. You're a good person. You try really hard. You try to move within a good moral compass, and whatever happened is truly not your fault. And if it did happen within some sort of consequence of something you did or whatever, know that these things are not necessarily always led by you, and they are meant to happen to push you into growth. So even if it was some sort of consequence that made the situation end, please understand that that's still not necessarily directly your fault. You are growing and changing at a rapid rate, and you need to give yourself grace and space to continue to do so. And remember to let go of the self-limiting thought processes to create a better, balanced, healthier version of yourself, not only physically, but energetically. Okay. Oracle card, delight, happiness, believe. Yes, believe. Please believe that these good things are coming. Please believe that what is next for you, like I said, is fated, and it is exactly what you need. We just need to let go of these self-limiting beliefs, because happiness is what you deserve. Happiness is what you are on the way towards. Older woman, dealings or relationship with an older woman. Okay. So something happened in your situation, or something is happening in your life with an older woman. This could be that you find a connection with an older person, and that's completely not anything that you would have considered before dating somebody out of your age range. They don't have to be gray-haired or anything like that. It could just be somebody who is older than you. It also doesn't have to be a woman. Just somebody who is older is probably who's going to be the next strong connection that you have. If it's work, I feel like it's going to be a boss that you have, or somebody in a leadership role that's really going to kind of take you under their wing and show you the ropes and help catapult you into what's next. Okay, let's get some color cards for you. We'll see what color is going on around this. What is the color energy of this spread? What does spread 3 need to know? Alchemy, transformation, on top of temperance. That is perfect. That is exactly what I've been saying. You are in this point of incredible transformation, and you need to give yourself space to do so while also alchemizing the transformation. You need to be leaning on spirit at this time and really using your inner magic to help heal your heart so that you're open and ready for what's next. And we have Kiss, Goddess Freya. That is a wonderful last card for this. I feel like if you don't connect to the Goddess Freya, she is asking you to connect with her to help you heal your heart, to help you feel like you are worthy of good things. She is a wonderful, light, loving, beautiful energy. So at this time, if you're not honoring Freya, she is coming forward towards you. And I suggest that if you don't already have an altar set up for Freya, that you get some crystals or look up what kind of things that she likes specifically. I'm sorry, I can't say them off the top of my head right now. But look into and study the Goddess Freya and maybe set up a little tiny corner or shelf in your house to help honor her and help serve as a reminder to you of how far you've come and how much growth that you have come into, and that you do have that fire lit within you, and it is up to you to keep it going and make it brighter. You are a lighthouse for people, but if your light bulb is dim and going out, you can't attract, you can't be the light in the night that these people need. You can't attract what you need if your light is going out. So use this time to reignite your inner energy, reignite your ability to smile and love yourself, because Spirit is asking you to love yourself as much as they love you. And that's all I have, my friends. Thank you so much, and thank you for sticking around. Have a good night.